Hey guys, welcome back to Dip Switch Demos. My name is Jackson and today we are checking out the Boss Acoustic Singer Live LT.
Stop, stand, do what you did. Love, share, show me some flair. Have, care, always be there. Open your eyes, it's time to realize we're all so different, but deep down inside we all wanna be loved, that'll never be compromised. Oh, 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 breathe, breathe in me. Oh, I believe in me.
Slight departure of what I would typically look at on this channel, but believe it or not, before 2020, acoustic guitar playing and gigging with an acoustic kind of made up the bulk of my income and work as a musician. So acoustic guitar playing, especially live and being plugged in, is actually very important to me. And unfortunately, with the sort of gigs that we do that you don't always know what you're going to get when you turn up to a venue, when you turn up to a wedding or a birthday party. You don't know what's going to be there. You don't know what the room's going to be like. You don't know what PA situation is going to be if we're not bringing our own. Now, the idea behind an acoustic amp like the ACS Live LT is to bring back some of that natural warmth and resonance that we associate with acoustic guitars, with great sounding acoustic guitars, and bring that to the live scene. Now, this being Boss, of course, we have a few other tricks up this little guy's sleeve. Not only do we have a guitar input with a full EQ section, reverb, delay and chorus, but we also have a mic input for singers. So say you are a singing guitarist, or even a duo like myself and Georgia. You know, for that whole intro, I was plugged into the guitar section and she was plugged into the mic section, and everything was coming through the little ACS. I think it sounded pretty good as well. Listening back to it, I wish I had EQ'd the guitar differently, but in the moment it was sounding good in the room, so we kind of went with it. For the vocal channel or the mic channel, because you can really put any XLR input in here, we have again a very similar control layout. We have a full EQ section, bass, middle and treble, volume, delay and echo. One of them is slightly darker than the other, so you're kind of getting a digital and an analog sort of sound, and then a reverb. The reverb sounds good. I think when me and Georgia were kind of messing around with some tones, she found it a little too bright for her voice type, so we kind of kept it more subtle. But what we did like about this effects section for the vocal side is that you can have delay and reverb on at the same time, and you can adjust both individually. We also have a few extra features and buttons on here as well. On the vocal channel we have an enhance switch, and to us we found that this was just like a overall brightener, maybe a little bit of compression, but mainly EQ to kind of make the voice a little more sparkly and stand out a bit more. We enjoyed that. We kept that on pretty much for the whole little session that we did. And then on the acoustic side we also have a couple more switches. We have a phase switch, useful for getting the right tone in the room and stuff with your guitar, and then an acoustic resonance switch. Now this, I've been going back to this switch a lot. Here we have off and then 3 different settings of kind of acoustic resonance. It's essentially an EQ shift to suit your guitar, whatever guitar you're playing. This was pretty much a lifesaver, as you'll see as we get into the tones. I used 3 different acoustic guitars and I was able to get a very good acoustic, plugged in acoustic sound, basically just from using this little switch. The amp itself is a pretty impressive piece of R&D if you ask me. It is a 60 watt amp in this tiny little thing, kind of a bi-watt, they call it a bi-watt amp design. That doesn't mean much to me, but essentially we have a 6.5 inch woofer in here and then a dome tweeter to kind of give you a really full acoustic sound just from a little box like this. We have a mixed DI out, which I've been using a lot. When we were doing the little session I couldn't quite capture the sound of it in the room with a microphone. I kind of wanted to capture the sound of the cab and I couldn't quite do that with my kind of knowledge and expertise when it comes to cameras, but with microphones, sorry. But using that mixed DI out XLR solved that problem instantly, and I think that actually captures the sound of the amp really well, and that's what we're going to use to record this in the little demo that we're going to do as well. When we get back to gigging, this is absolutely going to be part of my acoustic rig. Just having that extra bit of confidence, knowing that I'm going to be able to get a natural acoustic sound no matter what equipment is there or what the room is like, is, yeah, like I said, really confidence inspiring. So in this demo, I'm going to use 3 different types of acoustics, quite drastically different types of acoustics as well. First of all, I'm going to use this new guy, the Fender Acoustasonic Stratocaster. I have to say, straight out the box, this into that sounded pretty perfect in my opinion. Didn't need to do much tweaking to the sound. After that, we're going to use my Gibson LG2 Custom Shop acoustic, and this was the hardest to get a good sound out of because this has the weakest pickup in it, essentially. This is not a guitar designed for live plugged in playing, and this did take some tweaking to get a serviceable sound, but going straight into the amp after, you know, tweaking the EQ a bit and messing around with that acoustic resonance, that was really key with this one. We were able to get a pretty good sound out of it. And then finally we'll plug in my kind of main gigging acoustic, electroacoustic anyway. This is a Faith Neptune high gloss with their own sort of shadow pickup and preamp in there, and again with some tweaking I was able to get a much more natural acoustic sound than I'm used to with this. So that pretty much covers it. I've actually had this since the beginning of 2020, about February, March they sent it over, and then lockdown happened and we kind of chatted about putting the video off a little bit until we were able to gig again, until I was able to test it out in a live situation. that didn't really happen. I think it's really cool. Boss have sent this over for me to keep, so bear that in mind. This video technically is a sponsored video, but I'm definitely going to use this as part of my acoustic gigging setup. A little side note as well, big thanks to Georgia for coming and helping me out on this video. Like I said, I really wanted to show off the acoustic side and the vocal mic side as well. I'm also going to leave a link down below to Georgia's debut EP. It's a really great EP. I played guitar on it as well, so if you want to hear me play guitar on an EP, then do that. But other than that, there's great songwriting on there, great songs. We'll also a couple of other great musicians on it as well. So yeah, I'll leave a link to that, check it out. Let's get into some tones from those 3 guitars, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thanks guys for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and maybe check out some more videos. If you want to support me and the channel a bit further, then check out my Patreon page. There's a few other links down there below. There may be something that suits you. I'd really appreciate the extra support. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.